Welcome to Cyber Bytes, your weekly dose of the most critical cybersecurity news. I'm your host, Edwin Kwan, and today we're unpacking 5 major stories shaking the digital world. From PyPI's new security measures to Chinese crime groups hiding in plain sight via US cloud giants. Let's dive right in. First up, the Python Package Index, better known as PyPI, just rolled out a project archiving feature to tackle supply chain risks. Starting now, maintainers can mark projects as archived, and this signals that they are no longer maintained. Archive projects stay downloadable, but they come with a clear warning banner, and this helps users avoid dependencies on abandoned code. So why does this matter? Unmaintained projects are low-hanging fruit for attackers. Last year, we saw malicious attackers hijack outdated libraries to push malware. By formalizing this archiving process, PyPI cuts this risk while giving maintainers a graceful way to exit. This move is part of a broader push to improve open source lifecycle management. PyPI's next steps includes exploring labels like deprecated and API measures to let tools auto-flag risky dependencies. For developers, the message is clear. Make sure you audit your dependencies and prioritize actively maintained projects. On to our next story, which is a major breach at Chinese AI startup DeepSeek. The researchers at Wiz discovered 2 unprotected databases, which are hosted on ClickHouse, and they are leaking over 1 million log entries. The exposed data included plain text chat histories from users interacting with DeepSeek's AI models. It also includes API keys and internal backend details. Now, this isn't just a privacy nightmare. The attackers could have manipulated the database to execute arbitrary SQL queries, potentially accessing server files or escalating privileges. While DeepSeek patched the leak quickly, the incident highlights the fragility of AI infrastructure security. As startups race to innovate, basic misconfigurations like open ports and missing authentication remain as glaring weak points. On to our next story, which is Google's 2024 security report. And it showed that a staggering 2.36 million apps were blocked from the Play Store, and 158,000 developer accounts were banned. What's behind this crackdown? Well, AI-powered reviews and Play Protect's real-time scans, which flagged 13 million malware variants. And it's not just about blocking bad apps. Google also tightened privacy rules, stopping 1.3 million apps from harvesting unnecessary data. New features like VPN verification badges and government app labels aim to rebuild this trust. Still, site loading remains a risk, and Play Protect's fraud pilots block 36 million risky install attempts in high-risk regions like India and Nigeria. The takeaway? Stick to the official stores and keep those security updates enabled. Up next to a 2024 vulnerability report by VulCheck. It showed that 2024 saw a 20% jump in exploited vulnerabilities, with 768 CVEs being weaponized. And this is up from 639 in 2023. What's even scarier? Nearly 24% were exploited before public disclosure. And this means that defenders had 0 days to patch. The report also pinpointed 2 trends. First, threat actors are faster. And the second, third-party vendors like Checkpoint and Shadow Server are now leading exploit disclosures. For teams, this means that patching isn't enough. You need real-time threat intel and aggressive attack surface reduction. Prioritize CVEs linked to ransomware and botnets, like the F5 flaws that we saw abused by China's ATP group. Finally, on to our last story. Crabs on Security expose FunNow, which is a Chinese CDN that's masquerading behind Amazon AWS and Microsoft Azure. FunNow's infrastructure hosts phishing pages, scam apps, and even aided North Korean hackers in laundering funds. By routing traffic through US cloud providers, it evades geoblocks and reputation filters. However, despite takedowns, the criminals are quick to spin up new accounts, and this is becoming a whack-a-mole problem. Researchers urge that cloud giants must adopt stricter customer vetting, especially for resellers. And the US Commerce Department has proposed a customer ID program that could help, but then it requires cloud providers to verify foreign users. But, with AI-driven attacks rising, the stakes have never been higher. Well, that's all for this week. So a quick recap: PyPI's archiving tackles supply chain risks. DeepSeek's leak shows AI's security gaps. Google Play Store is cracking down on malicious apps. The vulnerabilities are exploding with a 20% increase in 2024, and cloud abusers blur the line on attack origins. Stay vigilant, update often, and make sure you verify those dependencies. Thanks for tuning in to Cyber Bytes. I'm Edwin Kwan. Catch you next time for more insights. And don't forget to subscribe.